Welcome to JC Connect. Yesterday we were discussing about the different test on the aggregate that we have already finished it. So the similar kind of test which you have to conduct it on the bricks also. So now we will move on to the test on bricks. Of course, before move on to the classification of the bricks, um, we will go for the some of the in details introduction of the bricks. Of course, this portion you have already covered in the in your basic material testing laboratory or construction building materials. So these are the different types of bricks available. Of course, some of the textbooks they will give different um, uh, types of bricks available in the market. Of course, in general, if you see the overall types of the bricks, we are going to classify into two types mainly: the wired cut bricks and one more is pressed bricks. So, of course, when you are discussing the types of bricks or the and the classification of bricks, they are totally different types of bricks, and the classification of bricks is totally different. Now, this one is the types of bricks. So, in the types of bricks, the first one is wired cut bricks. The second one is pressed bricks. So now, what is this wired cut bricks? Normally, what will happen is that um, we will place the whatever the clay along with the water with a standard mix, and we will place it in one mold, standard mold, which is of longer in length. Then, with the help of the wire, what we'll do is that we'll cut into the standard dimensions. Then we can call it as wired cut bricks. But pressed bricks, normally what we'll do is that we'll apply pressure on the bricks so that it should compact and make it into standard dimensions. So of course, there are four types of bricks available in the market. This is again one more type of bricks which are available in the market. This is based on the availability of the in the market. The first one is ground molded bricks. Second one is table molded bricks. Third one is machine molded bricks. The fourth one is pressed bricks. Again, I already said that in general we are going to classify into two types. Again, based on the market, we are going to availability in the market, we are going to classify classify the bricks into four types. First one is ground molded bricks. Second one is table molded bricks. Third one is machine molded bricks and pressed bricks. So ground molded bricks is fired in a temporary clamps, and the dimensions of the bricks are not regular. It is like they don't use any standard mold for the ground molded bricks. With the help of some of the irregular type of mold, they will use it. Sometimes they will use the wood type of mold for the preparation of this bricks, and these are normally burnt it in not the standard kiln or standard burning place. So of course, temporary clamps they will make it. Sometimes what they will do is that they will dig the earth for about 2 to 3 feet. Then these whatever this uh, temporary molded bricks it will be there, they will place it and they will burn it using normal wood. And table molded bricks which are fired in kilns and also called as stock bricks. See, kiln, you already know that how the cement is prepared. Cement is prepared with the help of the kiln process. Means kiln, normally in the kiln, normally we are going to maintain the temperature of around um, 1000 degrees centigrade, 800 to 1000 degrees centigrade. There we are going to burn these bricks normally in the kiln process. Machine molded bricks. So machine molded bricks are fired in continuous kilns and also known as wired cut bricks. Sometimes they will use the standard mold, and with help of the mold uh, they will keep it in the sun drying. After sun drying, um, then they are going to burn in the kiln process, that we can call it as machine molded bricks. So then the last one is a pressed brick. Under these are made under pressure. These bricks are used for decorative works normally. Of course, in this lot of smooth surface will be there. In this case of the bricks, means the surface will be dressed properly and decorated properly with help of some of the additives. So this is the normal dimensions of the bricks. Of course, um, many sizes are there based on the applications. Nowadays different size of bricks are available. Sometimes lateritic bricks of different size, some of the burnt bricks, that is a different one. Concrete type of bricks, it is of different shape or different size and different strength also. Bricks are made in traditional size and also in metric size prescribed by the Bureau of Indian Standards. So depression made at the top of the bricks is also called the frog. Whatever that portion is there, that we can call it as a frog. Brickwork constructed with the frog lid facing upwards. Normally, whatever the frog is there, it is placed with the facing upwards. It is a key to the mortar to bond the brick together. Normally, this is very important. Whenever that frog portion is there, uh, you should be take care when you are placing that frog face, because that face itself will bind it together to the mortar, and it will join, the mortar is going to join the two face of the frogs. So normally the weight of the brick, if you see the weight of the brick, the dead weight of the brick is 18 to 19 kilonewton per meter cube. Then average weight, it is equal to 3 to 3.5 kg depending on its dimensions. So light weight hollow bricks can be, um, of course it is one third of the weight of the common bricks. Sometimes weight maximum 4 kg will use it, but um, heavy weight like 10 kg or 12 kg, if you take the laterite bricks which are available in the earth crust, they are all of normal 10 to 12 kg, or sometimes the bigger size bricks, it will be up to 15 kg it will be available. But it is not as that much applications in the construction. If you are going for the tall buildings, normally the lightweight bricks will be preferred to avoid the dead weight of the bricks. So storing of bricks, so they are not stored in long periods, usually used up to the construction as soon as they're delivered at the site. Some type of bricks you can store it, but normally we will not store it for more than 6 months. Once you prepare it, it has to be sold before 6 months, because normally what will happen is there are many chances that the disintegration of the bricks is going to happen. When the disintegration of the bricks is going to happen, so then normally the strength is going to be reduced. Once the strength is going to be reduced, whatever you do the construction, even if you buy it after 6 months, you won't get the exact strength of the building, and many times there are many chances the building is going to collapse due to the this durability of the bricks. So whenever of course you'll come to know that after 6 months when you are buying the any of the bricks, you'll come to know that the disintegration of the bricks at the many places. So each truckload should be piled in a separate stack on the ground normally, to avoid the breakage during the transportation. So use some standard method while transporting through the trucks. So that is why if you see any of the bricks, normally they will keep it with a standard manner. So then standard storing procedure is, or a standard keeping procedure is there. With that one only they have to keep it. Otherwise if you throw it randomly, normally there are many chances that when you are transporting these all bricks through the trucks, there are always the disturbance is going to happen during the humps, or whenever during the high speed. So that should not happen. Even with the high speed also, the whatever the bricks are there, it should reach safe to the home. It should be stored in a cover sheds during the rainy season for weak bricks. Of course, it should be stored in a cover shed during the rainy season. Of course, why I am telling for 6 months means, after 6 months normally you can expect either a winter season, or either it will be a rainy season. Normally in the winter season and normal season, um, the damage of the bricks will be more compared to the summer season. Of course summer season mm, mm, is also, it is not that much good if you are, but when it is comparing with the mm, rainy season and the winter season, summer season is better for the bricks. So bricks of special use, normally if you are using for special use, facing of the bricks, normally sometimes of if you want to face that brick to the wall, suppose when you are entering to any of the houses, normally some types of bricks they will face it, so that it should see or it should make in a attractive manner. So then fire clay bricks. So then normally um, mm, some of the bricks made up of pure clay, like bentonite clay, and they are specially used it for, and they are burnt it with a controlled temperature, like they will use some of the standard ovens to burn this fired clay bricks, and the purity of the clay is also uniform. And if you say it is a bentonite clay, the bentonite clay type of bricks of 100% pure, that can be burnt in a controlled temperature. So once you burnt it in a controlled temperature, normally at all the places in the bricks, you can see that there is an uniform entering temperature to the bricks, and normally it is going to be mm, normally that kind of bricks are preferred for the some of the applications, like designing the laboratories, special type of laboratories for scientific applications. So then acid resisting bricks. So some of the places like acid industries, or if you are using acid manufacturing industries, so in that cases there is a many chances that the acid is going to come in contact with many wall surfaces. So then it has to be protected with the help of the special type of bricks. Then four-sterite bricks. Normally this four-sterite bricks are made up of alkali introduced type of bricks. So means alkali or the sodium hydroxide is added in the mixture, so that to strengthen the different types of bricks. So four-sterite bricks means, in this bricks along with a clay material, the sodium hydroxide they are going to mix it. When the hydroxide is going to mix with this bricks, normally the bonding between the clay materials is going to increase. When the bonding is going to increase, normally it is not going to collapse in uh, normally it is not going to collapse easily. It is of course more costlier than the normal type of bricks, because sodium hydroxide, if you are using for 3 to 5 kg of bricks, normally we have to use 5 to 10% of alkali related to that. So if it is a 5 to 10% means, normally you have to give around 10 to 12 rupees of commercial grade of sodium hydroxide to this type of bricks. Then silicon carbide bricks. So silicon carbide bricks, these are all a special type of bricks used for the applications of especially in case of nuclear power plants. These silicon carbide bricks are specially preferred in nuclear power plants where you can expect many radiations will enter through the walls. To stop that radiations, normally this kind of silicon carbide type of bricks they will prefer, and it will avoid, or it will try to it will not allow the radiations to enter it, and it is corrosive resistance also. Normally these bricks are corrosion resistance bricks. So then lightweight bricks. So normally lightweight bricks in tall buildings to reduce the dead weight of the walls and thus to reduce the load on the foundations. Of course, the lightweight bricks are preferred in tall buildings. In partition walls to reduce the weight and insulate them from the sound. That also I will use it. In walls above the cantilever beams to reduce the weight. Wherever it is applicable, they will use it. Of course, it can be made by using any one of the following methods. The first one is as solid bricks made from the clay mixed with the combustible materials, which burns off during leaving a porous light brick of the fire. Normally, it is made up of the clay and which is burnt in the kiln. And the hollow bricks also, they are very good as a lightweight bricks, but hollow bricks are not that much uh, they won't give that much strength compared to the normal type of the bricks. Bricks substitutes. So as brick made up from the clay excavated from the earth, availability of the good brick earth is less, so it is necessary to produce the bricks from the industrial waste or the raw materials. See, sometimes what will happen is that of course if you see the earth structure, the availability of the clay material on the earth is very less compared to the like aggregates. Many stones are available, even you can manufacture the cement with the help of the things, but when it comes to the aggregates and it's come to the bricks, availability the raw material for the aggregates it is more, the raw materials for the bricks is it is very less. Of course you have to convert it to make it clay, then you have to substitute in the manufacture of clay. So nowadays we have very different applications are um, um, available to introduce the extra material for the bricks, where partial replacement or 50 to 60% replacement of the industrial waste raw material will introduce, they are going to introduce into the clay materials. So then they are preparing the bricks. Nowadays many research is going on the utilization of the industrial waste for the partial replacement of the bricks, or sometimes some of the bricks they are manufacturing completely with the industrial waste only. Like if you say the red mud bricks, red mud is one um, type of um, type of material where you can replace completely um, and you can prepare the brick for the some of the specific applications. So like some of the industrial waste as a raw material includes, the first one is fly ash bricks, the second one is sand lime bricks or calcium silicate bricks, the third one is cement and concrete blocks. So the fly ash bricks, of course we know that the fly ashes from the thermal power plants, it is the raw material from the thermal power plants, um, from the burning of a coal or ignite for various industries like thermal power plants. So lime or the cement is also added to a bricks to require strength. Sometimes if you want to a better strength, Normally what we'll do is that we will mix the fly ash, lime and the cement. Of course, the very important thing is that the major composition of this lime, major composition of the fly ash and the major composition of this um, cement is very important aspects when you are considering the design of this bricks. Of course, the silicon dioxide, I already said that SiO2 will play an important role in deciding the property of the bricks. Of course, if you see any of the lime, of course, the lime and cement acts like a binding material for the fly ash, and the fly ash has an more influence on the uh, the deciding factor for the manufacturing of the cement also. Why? Because nowadays the cement is prepared from the fly ash. Nowadays they are doing it. Then what make the property uh, for making the cement? So that is silicon dioxide. So government also encourages this use of waste product by giving the concession in its uh, products. Suppose if you are say for example the iron based industry is there, iron slag is coming out. If the iron slag, if you are utilizing it for preparing the any of the bricks, and if you are selling it, means you are reducing the industrial waste. Once you are reducing the industrial waste, normally what will happen is that you are reducing the waste in the country. So once you are reducing the waste country and you are minimizing the waste, so it can be subsidized normally. Then of course the treatment cost and of course that is going to be reduced, and overall the pollution related to the waste management can be reduced. In that cases, the whatever some of the concept like a green building concept or green industries, it stands for means they are utilizing the wastes which are coming from the industries. So if that case of industries are there, then we should give the concession in their power supply or in concession in the water requirement. All those things the government is giving. They started already giving the this green cess or the green subsidy for all those industries. If many people, if they are not following any of the standards, they will put a green cess extra. And in some of the industries, if they are following some of the standard guidelines given by the Central Pollution Control Board or the Karnataka State Pollution Control Board, so they are giving the subsidy in their electric um, mm, electricity or in the water. So silicate bricks. So these silicate bricks made by autoclaving sand lime bricks, that is sand, lime, water and pigments for color with a high pressure steam in special chambers. So of course um, it cannot be burnt with a very low temperature like 300 400 degrees centigrade. It requires minimum 900 to um, 1200 degrees centigrade is required for burning of this bricks. So high energy cost, of course it is required, because if you are burning with the 900 to 1200 degrees centigrade, normally for 1 hour you are going to lose minimum 20 to 30 units of power. Then normally when it comes, I already said that a classification, the types of bricks, they are totally different when it comes to the classification of bricks based on the is based on their use, physical requirements and is classification. So this is what the classification. First one, according to their use. So common bricks, so that means normally for rural peoples they will use this common type of bricks. So then engineering bricks, so it has its precise dimensions, precise strength, and it has its own applications. So then fire bricks, this engineering bricks normally these are not fired, and it is like what best example is your uh, cement mortar bricks. So then fire bricks, fire types of bricks, they are going to burn this bricks into kiln. Then special types of, I already discussed that, special type of bricks. So normally, according to the general physical requirements, class 1, class 2, class 3 type of bricks normally will use it. So then what is this class 1, class 2, class 3 type of bricks? First one is class 1 type. It is always uniform in color. It is thoroughly burnt. It has a rectangular faces with the parallel sides and sharp straight right angled edges, means it is properly cutted, and uniform texture also, it is very important. The second class, it is uniform color of course, and maybe slightly warm burnt. It is not completely burnt, because see, one criteria is very important in this is that normally many the this brick industries are facing nowadays. If the brick has to be sustained for a long time, it has to be completely burnt, because when you completely burn that, most of the organics that are present in the bricks has to go. Once the organic matter is present in the um, your bricks, normally the degradation will start with the help of the biological action. Once the biological action which is going to happen in the bricks, normally the bricks will not survive for the long time, or it will disintegrate with the biological action. You know that the biological action is like what, if one bacteria is there inside, so it will multiply it by 2 or 3 days, and it will disintegrate the bricks automatically. Once it enter to the building, normally you can say that there is a leakage of uh, the the bricks in the buildings, leakage in the bricks in the buildings itself. So normally water will pass through that, whatever the disintegration parts is available. So bricks are, then when it comes to class 2, this is slightly burnt. Bricks are slightly distorted and have round edges, it is not sharp edges. Make this point. Fine, compacted, and it has uniform texture. Then class 3, it may be slightly overburnt or overburnt, distorted and have a round edges. Defects in uniformity and shape. This is very important. Uniformity in the shape or uniformity in the texture also. If you see the um, brick, it should be uniformly mixed. So once you are going to mix it properly, at each point if you select in the brick, the strength should come same. Even if you apply the pressure on the edges, it should resist with the minimum strength. Even if you apply pressure on the center, it should resist with a minimum strength. And even if you see the texture on the surface, it should be uniformly mixed. Means like what, if you see the overall um, mm, portion of the brick, normally this mm, if you select at one point, and if you extract the sample from one portion of the bricks, and if you see the texture of the one point brick, it should be same for if you select or if you extract the sample from the other point. Even if you take it out and if you analyze it, you should get the same texture or the same composition of the um, then we can say same composition in the bricks. Normally when they are going for a high professionals, or when it is a special case of bricks, normally they will collect the sample from two sides, uh, like what, two sides, any two sides of the bricks, and they will select or they will send it to the laboratory for the composition. uh, at both the points the composition should come same. So that is what the requirement of this um, class 1. Of course in class 3 this is not exist. So then when it comes to the water absorption, it is not more than 20% by weight. Second class, it is, of course, it is not more than 22% by weight. Then class 3, it is not more than 25% by weight. So this is a class 3 type of mm, brick. And this is very important IS classification of bricks according to the strength. Maybe they will ask in the examination also. Maybe one time they have asked this question, write the IS classification of bricks based on the strength. So then class designation, that is 10, 7.55, 3.5. Then if you see the compressive strength, that is 10 Newton per mm square, that is maximum you will get it for your compressive strength. So then if additional requirements, if you are seeing it, it is dimensionally tolerance, surface must be smooth and should have a ringing sound. Then second class, that is 7.5 Newton per mm square, that is compressive strength. So it is having dimensional tolerance of plus or minus 8%. So then 5 Newton per mm square, so it is plus or minus 8%, 3.5 Newton per mm square. So then maybe in the next class we will go for the different tests on bricks, and we will try to complete this different tests on bricks. Thank you. Of course, the previous information is that much is not required, but still sometimes they will ask the classification of the types of bricks. So in that case, you should be able to write those classification as well as the different types of bricks.